Christine Clark, and I'm a Wayne State student reporting to you from Woodward Avenue in Detroit on campus. I have an issue that I'd like to bring to everyone's attention that also personally affects me as a citizen here. I believe that I am a victim of food injustice here in Detroit. Did you know that approximately 23.5 million Americans live in food deserts? For those who are not familiar with this term, a food desert is defined by the FDA as parts of the countries that lack fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and other healthy whole foods, usually found in impoverished areas. Did you know that 23.5 million Americans live in food deserts? For those who are not familiar with this term, a food desert is defined by the FDA as parts of the country vapid of fresh fruit, vegetables, and other healthy whole foods. They're usually found in impoverished areas. Counting chain supermarkets and the 1 mile radius around those locations doesn't give an accurate picture of food availability or access to quality fresh foods, according to many academic researchers, but they still lean towards calling Detroit a food desert. Food deserts are a growing problem in this city because the lack of access to healthy, affordable food contributes to a poor diet and can lead to higher levels of obesity and other preventable diet-related illnesses, such as diabetes and heart disease. In fact, in Chicago, the death rate from diabetes in a food desert is twice as that of areas that have access to a normal grocery store. I'm sure many of you are wondering, why haven't we seen an issue on the news like this more often? Well, I believe this is because the North American industry that uses a classification system places small corner grocery stores, which primarily sell packaged foods, in the same category as big major chains such as Kroger and Whole Foods. And this weakens the statistical data, which undermines the real issue of growing food deserts. In the city of Detroit, the most accessible food-related establishments are party stores, dollar stores, fast food restaurants, and gas stations. They tend to be the most easy to access as far as transportation as well. Even the neighborhoods that do have grocery stores within a reasonable distance are exceedingly lacking or overpriced. Also, as an example, there are 2 stores nearby me, University Foods and Food Pride. I've seen expired food still on their shelves. These stores lack alternatives for people with health problems as well. Fast food restaurants, dollar stores, party stores, they all make up most of what we have access to get food down here in Detroit. And the result of this food injustice has been the rise of many of these fringe food outlets. Fringe food refers to inexpensive options such as fast food, corner stores, small markets that sell this unhealthy food. According to GlobeMed.org, 92% of Detroit is fringe food. Also, the lack of transportation, and an adequate transportation system, and safety issues are all factors that impact a person's ability to choose when and where they shop for food items in the city of Detroit. And as far as affordability, healthy food tends to be more expensive, especially organic food, and cheap food is easier to get and less expensive. We need to increase, the availability of, local organic food because it's practically non-existent in Detroit, with the exception of Eastern Market and Whole Foods. In fact, many Detroiters who do live in this city, if they do have a car, they don't shop in the city of Detroit. They shop in the suburbs to get their groceries. But luckily, there are local efforts currently working to end this food injustice. A great example is Detroit's Eastern Market. They provide a year-round market with local healthy foods. Also, some other examples would be Gleaner's Food Bank. They deliver to the needy and provide weekend lunches for children. You can also go on to our website, the Detroit Food Map Project, which is an excellent source of information to where your local grocery stores are located. In order to diminish this great injustice, there are many changes that would need to be made in Detroit. We need to increase the number of culturally appropriate food outlets within a reasonable distance in all Detroit neighborhoods. Mechanisms need to be put or created with store operators, and the Michigan Department of Agriculture needs to run food safety inspections or have some kind of system to maintain these stores and keep them up to code. We need to review bus stops, also, without switching buses to be able to get to grocery stores. I have grocery routes for people who do not have a vehicle. Also, making locally and organic food more available to neighborhoods by supporting farmers markets and small businesses, or giving assistance to these neighborhood stores. Getting involved in good neighbor programs, which agree to sell more locally grown, fresh, and healthy food. We can also oppose the distribution of genetically modified foods in the city of Detroit. But in order to do all of this, we need to perform research on the type and location of food establishments and to the extent which these stores fulfill neighborhood needs. I'm sure many of you are thinking, what can we do as individuals to get these things done? Well, we can put pressure on our local congressmen and representatives to pass bills. For example, increase taxes on high sugar or highly processed foods, or extend nutrition labeling. We can also contribute locally by volunteering with urban farming programs and attending and participating in city council meetings. The opening of Whole Foods does bring hope, but we still have a long way to go, especially because it's so expensive. There are many ways Wayne State students can contribute to these great programs and help end food injustice in our city. I hope our news report today has made you more aware of these issues and encouraged more individual participation in eliminating food deserts in our area. I'd like to thank my colleagues for their contributions to data for this newscast and Wayne State University for encouraging us to take notice on this important issue. This is Christine Clark reporting to you from Woodward Avenue in Detroit. Thank you.